Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another post review. Today I am going to be talking about this adorable kit from Distracted by Diamonds and the artist Puffy Gator. This is called Valentine Kitty. I will go ahead and pop up a picture here so you can see the full image. It's a little bit of an awkward size for me to be able to show you the correct way, and I can't even get it all in screen with it being turned sideways. So you will be seeing a couple of pictures here, I hope, if I remember to put them up. This is, I don't know that I have the sizing of this one for some reason. I think it's a 60 by 60, but let me verify so I'm not giving you bad information. Okay, let's see. Valentine Kitty is 62 by 74 centimeters, round drills. There are 42 colors with 2 ABs. And as far as like the status of this kit, I have seen it on Paddywaxx's Etsy shop, but I can't remember like how recently I saw it in stock. So with Paddywaxx, Distracted by Diamonds, their kits go in and out of stock somewhat frequently. Things have changed a little bit since they've opened their store, but they always kind of just listed an amount that they felt like they could ship easily and in a timely manner. So I'm sure they still do some version of that, but it is still available. It's still licensed by them as far as I know. So definitely just check periodically. Oh, I lost a couple of drills. We'll talk about that. Just check their site periodically and hopefully you'll be able to snag it. So normally what I do is I do like a little overview of all of my thoughts and then I talk about the drills, but I have some things to say about the drills and the symbols. So I thought I would do that first since I went ahead and pulled out some containers so that we could talk about them. But before I do that, I will talk about the adhesive, the poured glue on this kit. I was expecting it to be worse. So let me preface this by saying, when I ordered this kit, I ordered this right when it came out last February, so February 2022, but I didn't have time to work on it during that Valentine's Day, so I pushed it until this year. But in that initial run, there had been some issues with I believe the clear cover had been put on too soon. The glue hadn't fully cured, which kind of cured the plastic cover to the glue. So it was really difficult to pull off. So what I had done is as soon as I got my kit, I had seen the issue first on Katie's video from Diamonds and Washi. She had talked about it in her video. And as soon as I got mine, I obviously was like, oh, let me check and make sure. And I had the same issue. So what I did to hopefully prevent any issues is I went ahead and completely pulled the plastic cover off and I replaced everything with release papers. And then I stored it flat in between a box spring and a mattress. So I was expecting to have some issues with the glue, and unfortunately I did in some areas. So I can see that diamonds are kind of askew a little bit, but I have lost 2 drills right here. There were definitely areas of the canvas that just were not sticky enough, which I'm assuming has to do with that issue that I just talked about. So could it have been worse? Yes. But did I still have a problem? Yes. But it wasn't enough to make me put this kit to the side and not finish it. It was more so like isolated to certain areas. So I will go ahead and replace those. Hopefully there is some adhesive left that I can stick those to. But I would say the kit as a whole was fine. It wasn't a deal breaker for me. I was really enjoying working on the kit. The drill quality itself was really good. So it wasn't like frustrating to work on in that sense. However, I will say that I had quite a few issues with symbols. So as a whole, the kit was fine. The symbols were okay. The adhesive, I was expecting the issue, so I wasn't like put off by that. but there were quite a few, I shouldn't say quite a few, there were a few issues with symbol clarity. They were symbols that looked a lot alike in the same exact shade of color. So, for example, these 4 shades of pinky red, the symbols were very, very similar. Now, you're probably looking at them and you're like, they're not even close. But the way that they were printed, they were. So especially when I was working on my canvas, normally I work on it halfway correctly, if you will. So the same orientation. So if I have it laid out in front of me, I work on 2 rows right side up. And then when I get to these 2 rows, I flip it upside down and I work on those that way. So when the kit was upside down, these 2 were almost exactly the same. Not even upside down. They looked almost exactly the same. You had to look very, very closely to differentiate these 2 symbols. Now, could it have been because it's a darker red color with a black symbol? Maybe. Would it have been better if the symbol was white? Perhaps. I don't know that for sure. But these 2 were just so close. And then this one was kind of the wild card because you see it has those 2 points on the side, kind of like the triangle. So I did see this one kind of getting mixed in a couple of times, which is probably just an issue with my eyeballs. But I would say if you're working on this kit, definitely keep an eye out for the spade and the upside down triangle because they are nearly identical on the canvas. Before I continue with that, I do want to say again, this is the first round of kits that they had of this artwork. So these things may have changed since I purchased. So maybe that's completely different. I'm just speaking to you from my point of view of working on this particular version of the kit. 2 more symbols that were somewhat close in color, they looked identical on the canvas, are the teardrop and the diamond. These 2, they're close. This color is a little bit of a brighter pink, but these 2 symbols were nearly identical on the canvas. So again, if you're going to be working on this kit, keep an eye out for these 2. They look different enough, but when you're looking at them on the drill field, they were nearly identical. And I have one more set of colors, again, quite close in that kind of peachy, orangish type of tone. Identical on the canvas, and the symbols again may not look difficult, but when you were looking in a section or working on a section where both of them were, they could get confusing. So off the top of my head, those are the only symbols I can remember that were a big issue for me. I definitely mixed them up in some instances. There were definitely some circumstances where that spade and that triangle, those colors got mixed in, but they were close enough that I didn't really care. Now, while we're talking about the drills, I will say that the drill quality was very good. I was impressed. It's been a while since I've worked on a Distracted by Diamonds, and I think the last one I worked on was a square. So I don't think I was loving that one, if I'm remembering correctly, but I was very happy with the round drills. I thought that they were great. Very even in sizing. I didn't have any real issues. Like, I didn't have any that had holes in the back, really. This is my only trash. And if you can see, it's mostly just little extra pieces, which are annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I had plenty of every color. I was not worried about running out of anything. So that was nice. But yeah, I guess my biggest, I don't want to say my biggest gripe, but my biggest thing that I wanted to bring up was those symbols. So let's get these cleared up here, and then I will give you a little bit of a better view of the canvas. 891, 666, 38, 956, 760. There's a little girl outside playing with a whistle. Her dad is out snow blowing. I don't know if you can hear that, but she has a whistle. So if you hear that, that's what that is. Okay, I think that was all I wanted to talk about the drills. Oh, let me just show you the ABs. There were 2 ABs in this kit, 605 and 666. I was really happy with the AB quality. The red isn't my favorite just because there's quite a bit of a green tinge to that AB coating. So it kind of put me off a little bit, but it does look fine on the kit. So the red is throughout the bow here. There's also some in this bow where the chocolates are, and also some in the cupcake, if you guys can see that. I have my phone plugged in, so I apologize if I keep hitting the charger. And then the pink is just kind of around. So there's some along the tail. There's some in this background area here. So really pretty AB placement. There's some more in this little background area in these flowers here. So pretty AB placement. I did not add anything to this kit. I was pretty happy with what they did. I think it looks nice, not too overboard, which we love to see. And yeah, all in all, I was really happy with the rendering. I think it turned out so cute. I love the little heart right here. It's adorable. There were a couple of interesting color choices, but that's probably directly from the artist's rendering of this piece. I thought this like chartreusey lime green here was unnecessary. I would have been fine if they had gone back and touched that up and just made that pink, because that's the only place where that color is. It just kind of looks a little out of place for me. But other than that, I was pretty happy with that. I really enjoyed working on this piece. It went by pretty quickly. It's a lot of color blocking, so if you're looking for a color blocky piece, this is a good one. And yeah, I think that's all I really had to say about this kit. Let's take a quick peek at my accessories. So for my tray, I used a Bella Art de Nicole tray. This is the version 2 tray, I think. My pen is from Lazy River Wood Turning. This is a diamond cast pen. I've had this one for quite a while, and I have not used it yet, but I thought the pink and white was very pretty. I had pulled a cover minder, but because I used release papers, I didn't actually use it. So it was this one. It fit the vibe, so I was like, I'll just keep it out and it'll be cute. Do not remember where I got this one from. My washi tape is from Amanda Michelle Designs. And my putty is Endlessly in Love from Excuse Me Designs. So those are my thoughts on this kit. All in all, I really enjoyed it. If you watched my month in review on Wednesday, I had said that I loved all the kits that I worked on this month and I couldn't decide which one was a favorite. So I really, really loved working on this one. I'm so glad I held out and worked on it in February. It was just, and this one ended up being like right on Valentine's Day, through that kind of like Valentine's Day week. So it was fun to work on. So yes, this is Valentine Kitty from Distracted by Diamonds and Puffy Gator. I will link Distracted by Diamonds Etsy shop, which is actually called Paddywaxx. I'll link that down below so you can keep an eye out for this one if you're interested. And I will also link all of the small shops in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you all next week. Bye.